discombobulated? I would assume so, right?
But I've never heard that word used as feeling put together
No,
or
I've never
organized.
heard it. I've never heard anyone be combobbed before.
Combobbed. I'm bobbed.
Yeah. No, now I'm just all discombobulated.
Yeah, that's okay.
Trying to relay how to tattoo lip prints onto someone's neck.
Which you've done.
Which I have done.
Yeah.
I've done lips multiple times. I've only done it on one person's neck.
Yeah.
One other time before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what other lips would you have done outside of like a portrait?
Yeah, just people get just the teeth, like biting lips, like.
Oh, but that's not somebody's.
No, but I have done like
lips.
lip prints before.
Yeah.
I think literally like couples usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, when someone is like, I want to get my significant other's lips tattooed on me and their name, which is what this artist was just asking me about.
Yeah.
I was immediately like, well, that's a terrible idea. I think it was traditionally, there's a curse in the industry that is, if you get your significant other's name, then that's like
oh yeah. So honestly,
doomed
if
for
this
the
guy
relationship.
was just getting the lips, it'd be fine.
Maybe, yeah.
But you're adding a name to it. Was it just a boyfriend-girlfriend situation?
I guess so, yeah.
No. I mean, I wish them well.
I've obviously,
I hope it works out.
I want everyone to have a happy, long relationship and healthy.
Absolutely, yeah. Why not, you know?
Why not?
Why not?
I know.
How are you?
Great, doing
Aside
very well.
from discombobulated, how are you feeling?
Yeah, well, just a little shaken up then, but no. It was such a weird day because...
It was a weird day.
I ended up working late last night because my client who was scheduled for today couldn't make it, but he could last night, so I worked longer than usual.
Right. So pretty discombobulated yesterday.
Yeah, and I think really I felt so dramatically off today because I had made a plan in my head of how I wanted the day to be executed, and then from the moment I woke up, none of those things lined up at all.
Yep.
You know, so then I was like thrown off only because, you know, you imagine this plan and
Talk about it all the time.
The way that you want things to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not comfortable when they don't go that way.
Yeah,
It really affects me. So I was like,
Maybe figure your shit out.
Yeah.
You seem okay.
I feel fine.
Good. That's awesome.
I made good progress on top secret painting.
Yeah. Oh, good. I can't wait to see it.
I mean, we've probably talked about what I'm doing,
keep it top secret until
secret
the reveal.
I was already like getting pretty into it today.
Yeah.
But then I was in like sort of a little heated back and forth with my buddy about bro books.
What?
So Gould texted me.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, have you read Infinite Jest?
We have it.
We have it.
Yeah.
I've never read it.
I've never read it either.
But it's a tome, you know, it's like
1,200
pages or something.
Yeah. So naturally, I'll just start it next because for some reason, every year I read like 3 tomes and that's it.
It was 64 hours on Audible.
Oh my God, wow. Okay, go on.
So I downloaded it.
Has he read it?
I think he is right now.
Okay.
And in the foreword, this like the 30th anniversary edition. And the foreword is by this female author from New York. I can't recall who now, but she sort of alludes to the fact that like she avoided this book for a long time because it's considered like a bro book, like a Fight Club or Catcher in the Rye or something that's like male point of view, white male protagonist. You know, it sort of idolizes violence and alpha male kind of mentality. You know, just as that. And so she was like, but then upon like further study and reading, how it like changed her opinion of it. And so we got
when you actually read it, when you actually engage with it.
And then I accidentally said something. I was like, well, you know, I actually really like a lot of those books, but as a male, you know, like of course, like they speak to young men. Like everyone loves Catch-22, you know, when you're a young man or something. And these ideas of the absurdity of life, you know, or any of the George Orwell stuff, they always like skew, especially the Poloniacs, the Fight Club, and the Choke. And I was like Hitchhiker's Guide as well, you know. And now he was like, well, that's not like a masculine book or like directed for. He's like, there's female characters, and I'm like,
there's female characters in all these books.
Like, it's an old white dude writing sci-fi in the 1970s, which like no women were into that.
No,
there was one audience only.
Right.
The protagonist is like the everyman normal white guy, and he's the only survivor, and everything is from his point of view. And yes, the female characters are highly intelligent, but they all like are irrelevant to our narrator, you know.
Oh my God.
So it's like just this whole thing, and I'm like, who's the predominant audience who likes this book? Men.
Yeah.
You know. But it's like the same type of people who gravitate towards Fight Club and sort of misconstrued it because a lot of guys think about the machismo aspect of it, and it becomes sort of their identity, and it's very quotable.
Yeah.
But people who like Hitchhiker's Guide quote it constantly.
It's the same thing.
And it's the exact same thing, but instead of being the alpha male, it's all about being like the quirky, just every guy, you know? And so instead of like everything's a battle you need to overcome, it's, well, life is just so absurd. It's nihilistic as fuck. And both books are nihilistic, you know, and there's all these weird overlapping things.
Interesting.
But we were texting back and forth and I'm like, I can't. I can't.
I gotta paint this extremely masculine painting.
I know, but I'm also like, there's nothing, you know, we've talked about this a ton, but it's like, you know, consume the art that you like, and even like if some people find it controversial or offensive, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, and you also like can enjoy things that other people don't enjoy. And that's where we kind of left it, and it was like fun. And then I was like, well, speaking of a movie that's going to be the exact same type of shit, we should probably go see Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
because it's going to be, written by a white guy about a white scientist from the male
Saving
point of the world, which you know, and I'm like, you know, but
I'm in.
I'm totally 100% in, yeah.
No, I think it's like that, once again, sort of why I don't like book clubs is because I think reading is a very personal experience.
Yeah.
And you as the reader, you're reading it through your own lens and through your own life experiences. So of course you're gonna get different things out of it than somebody else.
All art.
All art, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and there's obvious themes and narratives and stuff that can be laid out before you, but the things that aren't really are relative to, like I said, the lens that you're reading it through. So to even try and argue about some of that stuff is just stupid, because it's like, there's not an argument to be made. It's how I read it. It's how I experienced it. Leave it at that.
Valid.
Like, that's totally fine.
It's one of the things I hated. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I remember being in art school, and you know, they would talk about a piece of art. Specifically, I'm thinking about ancient Asian art, and it'd be like, here's this like jade pot. And, you know, the professor would be like, oh, well, you know, they would use this in burial rituals. And someone would be like, oh, well, couldn't they use it for eating? And, you know, the professor would be like, they could have. You know, but I'm like, well, now it has no point or purpose. I was always like, what are we doing here? Sometimes. But I think that with art, everyone is entitled to an opinion on it, you know?
Yeah.
And I like art when people can have an opinion, you know, not when it's so ambiguous or something. I don't know. There's like a sweet spot.
There's an opinion with that, too.
Yeah. We watched an episode of Mad Men with a Rothko painting.
Yeah. That was pretty much the whole point of that scene.
I remember just recently being at the Chicago Art Institute, Institute of Chicago, and the guys I was with, one, they all had done some edibles.
Nice.
And then two, we finally get to like modern and abstract art, and they were just like,
what?
And then, I went down a rabbit hole there, which was
That's
fun,
hilarious. Yeah. That's really funny. To completely change the subject, when we took a walk this morning, that was probably the most normal part of the day.
The walk, yeah.
Was taking the walk. And I tend to ask what we have sort of dubbed whizzy questions. They're just like, they're not by any means like existential questions. They're just questions about world operations, life operations.
You're talking about the birds?
Talking about the birds. And my question was, because I think we were talking about the phrase, the early bird gets the worm.
Well, and the birds were we were up early.
They were like, chirping like motherfuckers.
Yeah, like wasn't even 7 a.m. yet, and they were like frantic.
Yeah. Exactly. And I was like, I wonder like which bird wakes up first. And then, you know, are birds, especially modern day birds, are they more likely to wake up because of just their cycle, their natural awake cycle, sleep cycle, or will a certain noise wake them up? And I just thought it was so funny, because I'm basically asking this and I'm like spitting it out terribly this morning and now. And you were just immediately like, well, you know, that obviously makes me think of quails. And I was like, what? Why does that obviously make it? And you had the perfect response that quails are a very flighty bird, so they're
Correct.
more likely to
Well,
wake
because
up.
you were like, do they naturally wake up, or would they wake up due to a sound?
Right,
Would they even
right.
stir?
Yeah.
And so that made me think, well, what is a famous bird that stirs easily?
It was just so funny because it was like, one, I know the fact that quails are very
Skittish.
and just any fucking fact about a quail, and that you were just like, well, immediately that makes me think of quails and why quails, and I was just like, oh my, I mean, it was great. I'm glad I know that now, but it was such a me question and such a you answer, and I was like, all right, we're a good team.
Yeah. I think we came to a consensus that
Probably still more their natural cycle.
Yeah.
Because they hear sounds all the time, and
Well, it's also like, birds there's non-migratory birds here, and they're way less active
Yeah.
when it's not the appropriate
Yep.
weather or times,
Right.
and
Yep.
so like they're way more in tune
yeah,
with the world around them. We are the only creatures. I mean, like I'm going to say a statement, and then there's a million arguments you can say because birds make nests, but we're the only ones who change our environment to suit our needs. Other animals don't, right? They exist within the environment. But humans just do all, like working third shift, like shit that you shouldn't do.
right,
That we know
right.
is
We're
universally
always pushing against the natural way,
right.
And we find ways to make it work.
Our favorite thing to do is take what's natural, this table, and create something unnatural out of it.
Yeah.
It's what we do with every aspect of our world. Until we make our own unnatural God, which is the next step.
Probably, and which is why things are always at risk of falling apart.
Yeah.
Everything would be extremely strong and reliable if we just operated within the realm of how it should be operating.
Yeah.
But no, we push, and build.
Well, it's probably
And
why.
it works pretty darn great most of the time until it doesn't. It's like technology. It's amazing when it's working, and then it's a shit show when it's not. The second it's not, it's a disaster.
Now I'm thinking about just old furniture, antique furniture, and when people talk about it, it's just so sturdy, it's just built so well. But it's one type of wood cut in one way.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do anything else to it. It's almost
right.
as close to its original form.
Now we process everything.
It's compressed particle
Yep.
board out of a bunch of shit. There's half of it's plastic for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And of course it breaks in 2 years or something. Whereas I can buy a 100-year-old dresser. It
Pretty
weighs
much
a
came
shit ton.
straight from the tree.
But it's like one tree made the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's as close to the original as possible. And the closer you get to that, the more hardy it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Very
There's
cool.
something deep there.
Probably, yeah.
How was your day?
Also, kind of a funny day. I mean, it started out with a little
Coffee time.
coffee talk with some people, and really just spent the whole time talking.
Yapping about reality TV.
Yapping about reality TV, which I was just like, I mean, you know what? Whatever gets you going in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were talking about like the male perspective on things, we were talking to a retired gay man and like a suburban mom. And they were both talking about watching Vanderpump Rules.
Right, which I've never actually seen Vanderpump, but I know what it is.
Same.
Yeah.
I've never watched an episode. But they were both agreeing that like the lens through which they're watching it is completely different, primarily because of the male and female understanding.
Well, I understand
things.
that this retired gay man is 62.
He did say that.
He
Yeah.
says so. It's just funny to hear, and he's like fairly flamboyant. But for him to be like, I just don't understand these women.
Right. He's like, I understand what the guys are doing because I'm a guy.
Yeah.
But like these women, crazy. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, that was extremely funny.
I was like, I don't know. Sometimes you just need to start your day with a little fluff,
Yeah,
and it felt good.
I totally. I think it's funny. Like you watch Southern Charm, obviously, but
I watched some, a
But in
few
your
of those
downtime
little,
or-
Bravos. I haven't in a while, actually. I went
what
through,
have you
like,
been
a phase.
watching?
The Diplomat.
The Diplomat. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
much heavier in a
Oh
serious
yeah,
show.
completely. That's
It's
a real
drama.
show. Yeah, it's great.
But I think it's good. Like everybody, like I really love typically nonfiction, biographies. What am I consuming? What am I trying to learn? At all times, I'm just like hard. But I also love a bunch of dumb Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Like I love big action.
Yeah.
Like I love the over the top. Sometimes I love a good popcorn movie. Like
Oh, yeah.
when you're gone, I'll just put on
Yeah.
some shit well, when you're gone, I never sit down.
Yeah.
So I'm just like standing and eating and watching the new Predator movie,
Well,
which is what I did while you're gone.
I'm not surprised. Especially now where we all are so stimulated for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
It's almost our natural state to have some stimulant, which for better or worse, whatever. But I think sometimes it's actually important to have, even if it's not necessarily background noise and or visuals, something that your brain can sort of relax to. You're not doing anything for your brain, but you're not harming it by watching this, assuming.
Can I tell you what
keeping
was
it up other ways?
the hardest part of today?
Could I guess?
Guess.
Were you not listening to anything?
So we started at a coffee meeting, and then I thought that
You didn't have your pods with you?
not once.
Really?
Not once.
How?
Because I didn't bring them to the coffee meeting.
Right.
I thought I was just either going to drop you off or
And
do
then come
something
back
at
home,
home
yeah.
and do something. And so next thing I know, now I'm wrapped up. And I even, there was like part one of the journey. I get back to my studio and I'm like, but my pods were here. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do the things I need at the studio, go home, and then I'll go to the store and stuff. And then it was like, nobody, now you got to go back.
Yeah.
And so it just so now I have like 4 hours where I didn't have my pods at all.
What did
And
you do?
I had the raw dog life. Talk about raw dog flights.
How was it?
It was a lot. I think I absorbed the world a
your
lot.
Your brain was just like...
It was too much.
It was too much.
It was like, I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle the real world.
You can't noise cancel
I
without
know.
your noise canceling.
I know. I've become one of those people who will just have them in with nothing on sometimes. Like I'll have music on at the studio and the podcast will end, but I leave them on like noise canceled. It's
But still
like,
noise cancel.
it's like wearing like Comfort or something. It's some like weird like Spectrum-y shit.
That is, yeah. I, on the other hand, just raw dog it.
Nah.
Hear the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I have my pods in, and especially when I have the noise canceling on, it's almost working too well. And I almost get this like lightheaded feeling, like the voice is really inside of my head.
Right.
It happened when I was walking home today. And it just like, all of a sudden I had this wave and I was like, oh God, they're like, obviously no, they're not. But it just felt too close
I
and a
understand.
little too, I was like, I am feeling like I'm in a dream right now. And I
Yeah.
had to like turn the noise canceling off and like hear the cars going by and everything just to like come back to reality for a second.
Yeah.
But it was still good.
I sent you that David Lee Roth with Eagles of Death Metal.
Yeah. So the Eagles are only doing like a few shows?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember, obviously Eagles of Death Metal are now like, they've been around a long time. But it made me think about when Foxy was out and it was like, we only kept getting tours with Slash and with Hole
Darn.
and with The Darkness. But
Oh,
it was
God.
all bands who had like peaked.
Oh, right.
And you were way past
Yeah,
like, when they
yeah.
were sort of
You're
relevant.
like, oh, we're with the has-beens.
That's sort of what it like felt
yeah,
like or whatever. But I'm like, Eagles of Death Metal though, now they're sort of the has-been-y.
Yeah, well, they're playing the pavilions now.
And when you play Rose, I love the Rose Pavilion and I love all the acts I've seen there.
It's taking the step over the line.
But it's the only acts that typically come to Rose are the ones who are
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
your trajectory is
Yeah.
downward but seeing David Lee Roth and Eagles of Death Metal, fuck yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, that'll be really
100%.
fun.
I've seen the David Lee Roth live stuff recently and it's terrible.
Well, I think
but that's fine.
So I think 3 days earlier is the Collective Soul show, also in Dayton.
Hey,
Like,
man.
we're just gonna go to Dayton to see all these bands in June. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Because it's Collective Soul and
Grand Funk Railroad.
fucking Grand Funk
We're
Railroad.
an American band. Oh yeah. We listened to a bunch of their songs the other night and
Yeah,
there
they
were
have
so many hits.
So many hits.
Yeah.
I would say a good 5 songs that I know.
No, I think this thing, it's Collective Soul and Grand Funk Railroad at like the Troy
It's like
high school.
it's like maybe a
football
high school
field.
stadium or something. Yeah.
But specifically some sort of America 250 celebration.
Yeah.
I'm like, America.
Interesting. And I walk up on high.
Yeah.
And I
Step to the edge.
to see my world below.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
Well,
Just picture like Washington singing that as he like watches
Ooh,
America. Like,
yeah, yeah.
someone needs to make an
That's
AI.
That's what he hears crossing the Delaware.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cooked of soul.
Somebody should do that.
Oh my God. I'll try.
I forget where I was going now because now I'm just like imagining Washington
Yeah.
crossing the Delaware listening to Collective Soul, which is pretty cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a flyover. Like,
Oh, I love a good flyover.
we're close to Dayton. Mm-hmm. There's tons of.
Oh, yeah. Air Force stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
We should go to the Air
Force
Force
Museum?
base. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a while. I love the Air Force Museum. I love it so much. And I haven't been in a long time. That'd be really cool. Okay.
I think
Sounds
the
like a
last
great
time
day.
last time I was there, I was definitely high school.
I think I went in college. I think that was probably the last time I legitimately went. Driven like around base for random
Isn't
reasons.
the whole thing they have a retired Air Force One, and it carried Reagan's body, and then they retired it.
That's a great question. I have no idea.
It was one of the presidents, like the final flight of that Air Force One was taking like a dead president somewhere. I'm like almost positive that was sort of the retirement flight.
You know, I love the Air Force Museum. I feel like I don't know shit about it, actually.
Yeah,
I just loved going as a kid,
Yeah.
and then as an adult, I never really, or not even adult, basically a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
I never really paid much. I just like to go and look at everything. I'd probably like extra geek out going now as
So
an adult.
few kids appreciate it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like we just did in DC.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I would not have appreciated half of that shit when we went to the Yorktown.
Oh, yeah.
How cool was the Yorktown?
So
and it's like
cool.
I was just like,
so cool.
geeked out. And I'm like, this is the coolest fucking
And
shit.
then my whole childhood growing up
you
there,
were next to it.
one, I never went.
Yeah.
And two, it's just like, oh, well, that's just the Yorktown.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not understand what
From
the fuck the Yorktown
World War
is?
II, and then one of the last
Yeah.
things it did was pick up Apollo
Oh, right. I don't know. One of them.
14.
Artemis might be launching tomorrow.
Oh.
I think the earliest possible time is like 6:40 something tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
80% chance of good weather.
I was talking.
I read that this morning. It very well could have changed.
I was talking to my client yesterday, and it's funny because he asked me right away, exactly like you. He's like, I stopped him even before he finished. He's like, we started talking about the switching from the it being a space station to a lunar base.
Oh, right.
And he was like, given the chance, would you? And I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
Nice.
would. And then he was like, if it was like $7,000, I'd do it.
Is it more of a
where it's
price thing?
the price.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
once it gets to like a specific area, like, yeah,
When it's basically like you can fly economy to the moon.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, it'll just be so fascinating to watch it grow.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. Like, we were not alive, obviously, when
Yeah.
we went to the moon. So to be part of that, I think everyone's going to be hyped about the moon missions and the moon base. We'll have the moment when we go to Mars, where like people are in the streets, like.
It'll be interesting to see the politics of the moon, especially the global politics.
Well, now it's like, okay, why is there so much incentive to go to the moon? Is it,
Doesn't it feel like the moon belongs to America?
well, we were there first.
I know, but it's like in my head, I'm like, well, of course, like
Right now, I
put the
think-
American flag up there again.
I think they're viewing it as international waters,
yeah.
but I don't know if it'll stay that way.
So like just following those rules.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But there is some sort. So I'm talking completely out of my ass right now, but I know that there are some space laws that they've had to put into place.
Just because of satellites and
Right,
because
exactly.
of debris and
Yep,
shit. Yeah.
Yep. So they've had to go ahead and like start setting that stuff up. But I mean, there's sort of rumors that China's already got shit on the moon.
Really?
Yeah, like on the dark side of the
did
moon,
it on,
and
like-
have just been like doing shit, and I'm sure we know more than we're letting on.
Which probably, yeah, I mean, obviously Musk is shooting up satellites constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Is there record of every time something's shot into space?
I would be surprised if you don't know.
Yeah.
Like we know.
America, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, we would know if China shot something powerful enough to get to the moon.
Get to the moon, right.
I'm
Okay,
certain.
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
But now it's like a new space race. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're incentivized because China's interested.
Oh, yeah.
And, I would not be surprised. Like, we think.
But you need that competition to actually get shit done.
We just think we know so much about the moon. And I know as soon as we're there for any extended amount of time,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to be like, oh my God, no, it's actually like all cobalt.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
or there's
yeah.
tons of water. We just haven't drilled into the moon
Right,
before. Like it's
right.
so much shit's gonna be revealed where like we'll have to change all of the
I was
science.
just about to say, change all the science, change
Yeah.
everything that you thought you were
Yeah.
going to build with, change just all of it.
It is just cheese.
Oh, yeah, totally. We can feed the world forever. We can
But it's
all
like
live off cheese.
what one of the asteroids that was close recently. They did like electromagnetic testing. Basically, they could tell it was like all gold.
Really?
And so these like things that are scarce resources on Earth are super plentiful.
Abundant, yeah.
Other places. Now would that wreck the whole economy? It's like,
Yeah.
right now there's this huge battle over these precious minerals that are used in chips and different silicons and stuff. It's like, well, what if we just discover huge amounts? Is it a race to get that, or that also deflates the price of all of it on Earth, and what does that do?
Yeah, something in the short term, and then we'll find other things to
Bicker over.
fight over.
There'll be new value and
exactly.
something else.
Yeah. Because I think that's more of a human nature thing.
Well, obviously, it's been fascinating. Like we've seen social currency change.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Very much so.
certain things that would have had value when we were young people that our parents or grandparents would have like had social value has lessened. And that's like, oh, that's
But
fascinating.
then others have gained
I think right now it's
more.
funny. Like I remember being a kid and being in the trades was made fun of.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know? And it's
That meant
like-
that you couldn't go to college.
Like,
You weren't
oh, you
smart
didn't go to
enough
college. You're a fucking
yeah.
loser. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a plumber.
Right,
And
right.
right now is a huge shift.
Yeah.
And I've had highly educated clients who both parents have college degrees where they're telling their kids,
Go be a plumber.
learn HVAC technician shit.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
a plumber. Learn
Yeah.
to weld. Like,
Have a real fucking career.
get ready because the AI is going to shift all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very fascinating.
It is. I'd be curious to see how often that happens. Is it,
Well, we would have seen
couple, triple generation thing, or to really have these big shifts?
when it speeds up now. I
Yeah.
think that as technological advancement has become so rapid
Yeah.
that every few years there's a whole new cycle.
Yeah.
And it's like right now you think about like the chip cycle we're in, but how soon will that become irrelevant because there's a whole new, they're going to change silicon to a different material.
Yeah.
So like
So, what do you think is the best thing for humans to do to have a good quality of life? Because I think a lot of people in past generations, we all talk about now about finding your passion, but a lot of people were able to have, a full career doing something that they likely weren't passionate about, but it gave them, the means and
Yeah.
a sense of security to then also pursue things to then have a nice quality of life and have, that was the foundation of their quality of life, and then they could do other things. But if things are always changing and fuck, I just lost my train of thought.
I think that's why people feel unstable.
I know.
Yeah.
So do we need to go back to, okay, like really tap into what are your passions and try to pursue work or means of living more so through that?
I would be, I've done I say a phrase all the time, but I don't really know what it means. And I'm like, well, especially in Western society, our sense of self-worth is tied to our job.
Right.
But I don't really know what people do in other cultures to find a sense of identity and self-worth.
Yeah.
It's like through your work, and you could say through good works or other works, but you have to basically be doing something that gives you a purpose. Like we're like all of human evolution is to be in motion, to be working, like you should be. We have scarcity mentality for most of human existence. We were hungry, so you had to be hunting, you had to be growing,
Well,
you
know
had
what
to be
you
making
did?
clothes.
Well, and in the past, we were much more tribal or sort of, village focused or something, where then everybody actually had a role
Right.
that was being played for the greater good of the tribe, of the village. And so, which you could say now that's just grown and we all play a
Right.
role in, the greater society or something, but you feel much smaller because you've now made it, nationwide or global, that you're this tiny little cog. And so have we just sort of reduced that feeling of self-worth because you're not seeing as much of an impact?
Well, and it's like some of the most...
Do people in Amish communities feel like they have more self-worth because whatever they're doing for their smaller community
Well,
is
they
actually
wouldn't even
having
question
an
it.
impact?
They wouldn't have this conversation.
Well, okay, so that
that's what I would say.
I mean, that's what I was also going to say. But some modern day tribal communities, like, are they even thinking about this?
Yeah.
Are they questioning it? Not in any intelligent versus not intelligent sense, but like, is it even part of their psyche?
No, I would say that old Jebediah is like, well, I got to get up and work the fields tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've got to build another barn. I've got shit to do. And when you have things to do,
you feel self-worthy.
yeah. And when you can say, I know for a fact there's been studies on this, like if you work with your hands and you make something, then you get more of a positive response from it, So like if you're growing your own food and your family's enjoying it, if you're making your own furniture and your family's sitting in it, then all of a sudden you feel intense fulfillment.
So where's the paradigm shift that we have to start
Some
doing?
of the most popular video games are like, what's Animal Crossing? Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
No.
Oh, you just fucking grow crops and you run a little store.
Yeah.
And you do jobs.
Okay, but in modern day life, where people I think are still aware of are searching for that self-worth in a world where it's become so transactional, it's rapidly moving. It's so rapidly moving.
Yeah.
What should people be focusing on
to
make sure that they get that out of their life?
Yeah, that's the big question about UBI and moving forward with AI.
Yeah.
Is the number one question right now is like, okay, well, you're going to have a crisis of purpose. So it's,
right.
Okay, AI eliminates 60% of jobs that we currently have. Now, the caveat would be it creates all these other jobs.
Exactly.
But
60% of jobs. Yeah.
But let's just say all of these jobs disappear. Now you just have all these people 40 plus. They're not 65. They haven't retired yet. They can't learn a new skill or do something else or pivot. What is their purpose? Or like a ton of kids going up. You're in college for a job that you can see it's not going to exist or something, and we just have to figure out what to do with these people. How do you make them feel motivated? How do you make them want to get up and still like exist?
Probably goes back to the idea of education, especially higher education, or really just education in general, is teaching to learn. So that you as the individual coming out of the education system have an innate understanding of how to learn and desire to learn, so that when you are presented with, a layoff or something, you at least want to go try something else, learn something. You don't feel like, okay, well, I went down this one path and I was educated in this way and this is all that I can do and I don't know any other way to get around that.
Yeah. It's going to be
learning in general.
I mean, I think we're going to build a base on the moon and we're going to have a crisis of purpose.
Wow.
Can't
all
wait.
right.
Anything fun happening?
Yes, I had a hilarious interaction yesterday.
Yeah.
I was walking to pick up some food, and I kind of taking the long way around, and I was near the main park, Goodale Park, and people were just everywhere because it was packed.
Yeah.
And
it was also like the exact time. It was like 6
it was 6
p.m.
It was 6:15.
So everyone's walking their dog and they're running and everything after work.
I got to one of the corners of the park and it was like a Sims thing where they had dumped every Sims character onto that corner.
Love it.
It was like dogs and people and babies and runners and scooters and like just going every direction to the point where I was like, I don't know how to like weave my way through this. Got through it. And mind you, I'm listening to like a really intense podcast right now about like the prison system.
Yep.
So I'm also just like locked in on that. And I had just passed the park, and so it had cleared up a tiny bit, but I'm like still on a relatively busy sidewalk. I was going up Buttles, and so I was almost in front of like a Ginger Rabbit.
Right.
And all of a sudden I see to my left, this guy is coming like up from behind me, but I catch him as he's like on my side, and he's on a hoverboard. And he has
like the one wheel.
Yeah, the one wheel. Yeah, and he has not quite pit vipers on, but some douchey sunglasses.
Does he have a mullet?
No, just short haircut.
Yeah.
And he's probably, between late 20s and mid 30s or something. And he like kind of stops, and I see him like kind of take his pods out, and so I take my pods out, and he's like, hey. I can't remember exactly what he said to like open up the conversation, but he was just like, I think he was like, are you a runner or do you just look like one? And I was like, hi. And I was like, oh yeah, I run. He's like, well, tell me you don't just run like a mile, right? I was like, I do like 4 miles like a few times a week. I was like, or maybe he was like, are you out for a run or something? I was like, I ran this morning and I'm taking a walk now. He's like, oh, that's awesome.
Were you even in leggings?
I was in leggings.
Oh, okay.
I had leggings. I was in activewear for sure. But I had my sunglasses on, and he came up from behind me, and I was just like, oh, okay, hi. And at first I thought he was gonna like pitch me some. I don't know. I thought he was gonna say something, and then he's like, what's your name? And I was like, Liz. And he's like, oh, I'm Jason or something. I don't remember his name. And he like fist bumps me, and I'm like, okay, fist bump. And then he's like, so like, what else do you do? Do you do like CrossFit? Do you do? And I am like, so like, I still have like one pod in, and I'm like, okay, I need to like pause this. Like, what does this guy want? And I'm like, no. And I like didn't even know what I was saying. I was being so fucking awkward.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what are you trying to do right now? I was like, I ride horses. And he was just like, oh, you're a horse girl. I was like, certified horse girl. He's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. I was like, and I play rock and roll. He was just like, what?
I assume he's flirting.
100% flirting.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, I think when I said the rock and roll thing, he like didn't know what to say. He's like, I was gonna like maybe see if I could like take you out on a date. And I was like, I'm married. And he was just like, ah. And he like honestly got normal when I said I was married. He's like, oh, don't tell him. And I was like, I will. Yeah. But mind you, I 100% have my rings on. I fucking fist bumped him with my rings on. But I get hit on. And you know what?
I think you're giving a lot of energy.
I don't know what
because you're getting hit on left and right.
I know. Which is funny because I was 100% like scowling at the sidewalk listening to a prison podcast.
Well, we talked about your sort of like face you make.
Not a welcoming face. Yeah. Now, he didn't see my face. He saw my backside.
Yeah. It's good butt.
But and at first I was like, oh, that guy, like, the gall. And then I was like, you know what, though? Everything I keep hearing about...
Well, men in general.
And especially, like, younger men, but I think just people trying to interact and especially trying to date. I was like, fuck yeah. Shoot your shot. 100%. I was like, instead of just not saying anything or waiting for something to happen on the goddamn apps, I'm like, I probably would have said no if I were single. But you know what?
Also,
who cares?
In general... Nothing makes you feel better than being hit on.
I walked in to pick up my food, like, watch out, I have arrived to pick up my food. And they were like, your French fries aren't ready. Yeah. And I was like, I guess I'll stand here like an imbecile.
But like everybody, like nothing that, I know for men, like if a gay man hits on you, you're like, oh, I'm the hottest shit.
Well, because 50% of, relationships and building things with people is a physical attraction.
Of course.
And who doesn't want to feel good about
I think it's way better to initiate in real life, IRL, that shit. No, well, good on him.
I was kind of like, good on him. And then especially because, he's trying to be like Mr. Suave or Mr. Cool guy. And then when I said I was married, he was like, just a normal guy. I was like, just be a normal guy.
So I'm trying to imagine though,
Whole time he's on the hoverboard, by the way.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm like, does it stay upright? Like, he can stand on it and it doesn't tip?
I mean, we were moving. I'm walking, and
so he's slow.
He's
like,
slowly
okay,
moving
that's
with
fine.
me. Yeah, we didn't stop. I was like, I'm still continuing on my journey right now. I am not stopping and talking to you.
Yeah, interesting opening line, but I like that he tried.
Yeah, are you a runner or do you just look like one?
Yeah.
I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
I guess.
I think it just means you're fit.
I guess so.
I tell you all the time when you're
Well,
like,
and the funniest thing was I'm wearing my leggings that have like a giant hole in the knee, and like I don't look like I look pretty disheveled. I don't look shoveled. I look disheveled.
I tell you look like a fitness model all the time.
Thank you. I mean, just like one, you know. But yeah, that was funny. I really wanted to tell you that last night, but I decided to save it for right now.
I'm glad you saved it because it was very funny.
Yeah, I think I walked home a little taller after that.
100%. No.
And then today, when I was walking home,
Your feet were exploding?
My feet were exploding, and I like 100% rolled my ankle. So that was cool.
I'm so sorry.
Well, that's why I never wear little heeled sandals when I walk to work anymore. But I had to go to the coffee meeting, and I couldn't wear my sneakers because that wouldn't have worked with my outfit. Conundrum.
Oof. Yeah.
Conundrum.
A lot of layers there.
I know. But anyway, watch out.
Don't
let me out alone. I'll be really awkward.
No, I know. Well, I know that, and I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to start getting used to it, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just can't let you go anywhere alone, ever.
That's what I'm saying.
We're watching Mad Men right now. We restarted it last night. It's always so funny, just how he talks to his wife.
Oh, yeah. Do not wear that bathing suit. You look desperate.
Yeah.
It's like the cutest little bikini ever.
But then he's out sleuting around. Yeah. He's
Which
obviously
is exactly
overcompensating because of his infidelity. I find it very flattering.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you about to say something else?
Oh, no, I assume, like, so many people are uncomfortable about their spouse or significant other being alone or going out in situations.
Yeah.
And obviously it's typically comes from
usually trust issues.
It's trust issues because there would have been some sort of infidelity, but also your own insecurity.
Yeah.
Is like a big cause of it too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I would. One, I don't worry about you.
Thanks.
Two, I also think you're very attractive.
Thanks.
And I know I would hit on you because
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Exactly. God damn it, I have a tickle in my throat. We can mute that, right?
Yeah, we can mute that. For some reason, only recently, I keep swallowing my own spit and coughing like once every day.
Really?
And I don't know if I'm...
You do like throat exercises or something?
Maybe. I don't know what's
do
happened.
Some, what's the throat singing, the Tibetan throat singing or something?
Oh,
that, like, the monk
yeah.
I don't even know who does it.
What is that called?
I can't remember.
It's
not
me.
Tibetan throat singing, but it's
there's something like that, almost exactly like that. All I was going to say is it's so embarrassing when you just choke on your own spit.
Well, it's like, did you forget how to live, buddy?
Body, you do this all day long.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? It's like crossing the street in front of a car where all of a sudden you're like,
why am I so awkward? Why is everything so weird? It's like, this is the spot where you're supposed to be doing this. Yeah. You walk all the time.
Actually, I legally have the right of way.
I know.
And there's a crosswalk and it tells me to walk right now, but for some reason...
You just feel extra watched.
Yeah.
And it's always in those moments that you will trip, that you will do something stupid. The wind's going to blow and things are going to go awry.
Oh my God, we have to do like a presentation in a couple of weeks, and that'll be when it happens.
What?
When I'm choking on my own spit or something.
Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll just start choking too. We'll just make a bit out of it.
I do love a good bit.
Yeah. It was like when you tripped the other day when we were walking.
I was I should have
just leaned into it, like really fallen to the ground. Like, oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
Always in front of people. Why?
Your mother was right. Like one of those things.
Yeah.
We're just like, what are you?
That would have been good. But we didn't. Instead, you just tripped and we awkwardly trotted away.
Yeah.
I get to go horseback riding tomorrow.
You do?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I only go like once a week now. And don't worry, I'll work it back up to every day. But
I've never heard more of a first world problem in my entire life.
Fully aware.
I only get to horseback ride once a week.
Woe is me.
Tragedy.
Woe is me. Okay, it'd be a completely different thing if I were just like, I'm going to therapy. It's a pretty first world problem thing as well. But
I think so too. No, and for you, it's also like, it hits on so many points. It is great exercise as well, and also therapy. And so, and it's been something that you've done so much.
Well, and it's like, I mean, I have friends out there.
Yeah. There's community that's built around it.
Yeah.
No, obviously I love that you do it, and I want you to be able to do it as much as possible.
The pause.
Well, I was like every day. Well, I'm like, well, don't do it every day. That didn't want to say that.
One day I'll do it every day. But no, now it's extra magical because I only get to go once a week.
Well, I'm sure it'll ramp back up.
It will.
I'm not worried about it.
Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I think I said last week Wednesdays have sort of become my like catch-all day, which is nice. So I'll go to Costco and it'll be great.
Yeah.
We were talking about the shopping carts the other day, and what was I?
We were just talking about something that I compared it to the shopping carts.
Yeah.
Where it's like people not doing something.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just like the shopping carts.
Yeah, it's just so much easier.
Not returning something or putting something back in its place. But I think that, what is that theory?
I don't know.
Someone talked about it before, but it's like, I just had this conversation, I think, with the same client yesterday, sort of everything's made up, right? So there's a social contract where it's like, money, what is money? That's made up.
Yeah.
Sort of laws, sort of the hierarchy, everything. It's all made up, but we all agree to these things,
You'd probably call them sort of the universal truths or something, or
life,
universal
love,
norms.
the pursuit of happiness, ownership of property. But it's like the people who just can't even take the shopping cart back to the corral. You're like, so that means the rest of your life, you're just sort of like not pulling your weight, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just giving up. And I understand everybody has a bad day and you can't fully do everything at every moment, We make the bed almost every single day.
Right.
But there's going to be some days where it's just too chaotic. But it's like when you see the people who just like over and over and over can't return the cart.
Right.
Then like the rest of your life must just feel like that, right? Like everything just keeps getting a little less put together.
Yeah.
A little less put together. And you're less able to be a part of society if you just can't put the fucking shopping cart back.
But we're allowing it.
Right.
Society is almost like opening up the gaps between the structure and just letting things flow into it. So are we discombobulating the structure of society? I think so.
I don't know. And when...
It's so hard because like I'm 100% a rule follower.
Right.
But I also believe in questioning rules and having a little fun or being a little not even bad, but just doing something that bends the rules or steps to the side of them.
I mean, our whole life is like stepping outside of what is norm.
Right. And I think there can be a lot of value in that.
Yeah.
But this just constant fighting against the rules is what drives me crazy.
Right.
And I think more and more a lot of people were not taught it.
Right.
And so then you have to deal with the fact that these people just genuinely don't even know to do it.
Right.
But then you're like, but you see the thing that's there to retrieve the cart. What do you think it's for?
Sort of I think about people. I have a lot of friends in positions where they're hiring people now.
Yeah.
And people show up to interviews in just sweatpants and hoodies or something. And it's like, even if the job is something where you'll be in casual wear or work wear for the interview, you would typically show up cleaned in a polo shirt, whatever. But the fact that we're not even encouraging young people to do that, and then sometimes people will complain because they get passed over.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you see, and they're like, this is a big thing on TikTok right now.
Okay.
Where there's like a lot of young people and they're like, all these other people showed up in button-up shirts or in ties or whatever, and they got more attention. And it's like, well, you're stating the fact of why.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you see the thing that they're doing that
is working, fucking do it.
Then why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
And it's like
use your brain.
I don't understand the disconnect.
You're seeing the things and you're not connecting them.
And it's not a matter of like, this is something that's like white coated or something. It's like, you know what? It took a little more effort to clean up for the interview.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then I know you'll put in a little more effort
Yeah.
into the job, right?
Totally. That just made me think of the funny, it's a meme, but it's also just sort of like a statement that really people with tattoos should be the most hired people.
Because you can sit.
You can sit, you have a high pain tolerance, you can save money.
Yeah. You're willing to commit.
You're willing to commit. Yeah.
There's a lot of layers there, yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that and I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, I've talked about it ad nauseum, but I remember so distinctly when I started tattooing, I wore, black cutoff shirts. I had a huge mullet. My mustache was out of control.
Yeah.
I looked disheveled and gross. And so did everyone else at the tattoo shop. And that's the...
It was the vibe.
But it's also like, I say that, but it's rock and roll aesthetic. It's tattoo aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I started, when I was still at the tattoo shop, I started wearing a collared shirt.
Yeah.
And I cut my hair short. And I cleaned up my shit. And I became...
More than anything for practical reasons.
Well, I didn't want the hair in my face anymore.
And the collar helped keep your
the
apron on.
In place. And it truly was. But I just like...
It's even those two little things, like it shifted your clientele.
Oh, people in...
It shifted how far out you were booked.
I liked to sit by the
respect.
entrance.
Yeah.
Which no one else wanted to sit by the front door.
Yeah.
Because then you have to talk to the riffraff.
Right.
But
just
random
walk-ins.
Random people walk in, and I would yap with them too. You
Yeah.
know? And I would just scoop up everybody, and people just started being like, I like the clean guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It just like became this thing.
I'm getting a tattoo. I want to feel clean.
And it changed all of my shit. Like probably like it took zero effort, honestly. And I wasn't buying nice clothes. I still don't even buy nice clothes.
No.
It's like...
But you kept the sleeves on.
But I just button up shirts from Express or from the Goodwill.
Probably
or
not
anywhere.
even, yeah.
Not then,
point,
It just would have been secondhand. I mean, it's wild. What a dramatic difference that played.
Yeah. And that was probably your first experience, your first time really experiencing that shift. And feeling
a clear
it.
bias,
Which is then, and it doesn't always have to be such a blatantly physical.
No.
I mean, I think the physical is what you project.
Well, I
it is what people see.
In tattooing, it's also like, it's funny because I've told people it over and over and over, my story, and then nobody listens. And then I'll tell them the same. I'm like, but when you look at some of the tattooed baddies, there's all these girls who also, though, like, they are wearing very expensive things, and they're getting their nails done, and they've cleaned up their shit, and they look really cool.
Yeah.
And they're way busier too.
Yeah.
But if you just show up schlubby, then like, that's the kind of clientele you're gonna get.
I know people who, especially like come into the supply store, and a lot of artists, but some are just clients. But I especially know, it doesn't even matter who they are. If I've seen them a handful of times or I see them routinely, their personalities, depending on how they're dressed that day, are wildly different. When they come down and everything's kind of hanging on them and hair's not really done, nothing's really done, it is like they've dropped down and they are really low. And then they come in and I can always tell because I was like, oh, you look cute today. You did your hair. You put on like a real outfit. You have a little more makeup on. Not that they need it.
Right.
But they're happier, more alive, more engaging, more driven. Like, I'm not going to say any names, but I know plenty of people, and I've just like seen the different days, and I'm like, even if it's like, okay, well, I only got dressed or only did this day because I was feeling better. It's like, well, try the reverse.
Well,
on a day where you feel like shit when you get up, just try getting ready.
They've done, once again, you can look it up, but they've done studies where, okay, they make people, they'll like make you smile before you like see an image or something, and then they'll be like, how do you feel about this image? And it's, 90% of the people who were smiling felt better
at it,
than the people, and it's like, all right, now frown, now look at this image, how do you feel? And you register
just that
it.
Physical.
It's like if you force yourself to smile, then you do feel better. If you put on the clothes, and it's like it's just so fascinating because people will push back against it so much, like be like, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. You know?
Right.
It's only about my like.
Or
whatever.
it's not going to work for me.
Or it's,
you don't understand how
me
I'm
or whatever.
feeling.
And I'm like,
it's like, well, you're not feeling great, so try something.
something. Yeah.
I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I just am going to beat this into the fucking ground. Like, take a fucking walk.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
that's
just a walk.
That's huge.
It's huge.
But I mean, the look good, you feel good. It's so simple. Like,
Yeah.
the better you look, and it's not even like a weight thing or like a acne thing or anything. It's like when you put in the effort of whatever it is, you know, and it might be you took the time to add an extra 10 spikes to your jean jacket,
right?
And you added a new patch, and you did the thing that you think is cool,
yeah.
And you're putting in the effort into what you think is cool,
yeah.
And when you put in that effort, then you care about it more,
yeah.
Right? It's like when you make your own food or you order food or you make your like. This is one of the things I learned about making art. Mm-hmm. So when you stretch your own canvas, you care about the art more.
Okay.
Right? That's and that's sort of a philosophy that now I'm going to say that a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But when you stretch your own canvas, you're so much more invested.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of annoying to stretch a canvas.
Yeah.
You know?
But once you have it.
And to do it cleanly, to get the corners really nice, to like, you know, once you stretch it, then you're going to be like, whatever I do on here has to matter.
Be intentional, because I don't want to fucking do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just, make it worth that annoyance of stretching it. Yeah. There's just so many ways to improve your life.
Yeah, there's not one correct way.
Then that's what's so cool. And I feel like we kind of touched on that last time, like everybody's capable of doing so many things.
Well, and there's similar pitfalls. There's so many ways to be an entrepreneur. There's so many ways to have your job and your career. There's so many things to find fulfillment in. But they all have these little similarities.
Yeah. And I think ultimately they all fall back on you as the person, as the individual. It's up to you. You have all the decision.
You have to decide to do it.
That's the stoicism and all of it. Like, you have full control over how you feel.
Yeah.
The world doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
The world on a whole is full of a bunch of individuals who only think about themselves.
Yeah. I'm choosing to be optimistic.
Yep.
I'm choosing to take this as an opportunity. You know, every time there's a failure, it's like, oh, well, I can view this as a failure, and I can view this as this is happening to me, or I can take autonomy and be like, oh, well, what am I going to do now? Now
it's an opportunity.
Now there's something. Okay, this thing happened.
Now I get to make a decision.
Now I have I get to decide what happens.
Right.
Next.
Instead of having to do so many things, it's you get to.
That's what I would say about responsibility. Like, people are always like, oh my God, well, you know, my boss is giving me like way too much responsibility. And it's like, well, doesn't that mean there's more opportunity? Yeah. There's more opportunity for you to be in control of what happens. Yeah. Now. It's like, oh my God, I have 4 projects that I'm overseeing. It's like, wait, so that means instead of everyone else having one thing they're able to decide what happens, now you have 4 things?
Or you get the opportunity to talk to your boss and choose which ones you want to do, and then delegate the other ones to other people that you maybe choose who it goes to. It's just, instead of feeling like everything's a burden. Right. It's not.
You know what? I think that's how we landed.
Yeah. You get to make me dinner now.
I love that as an opportunity.
To make something really cool.
Yeah, I get to have fun with flavor. I get to spend time with my wife. I get this opportunity to sort of like be creative.
Absolutely.
Because I don't get to be creative any other
time of the day. I know.
So.
It's wild. But you got to choose how to live your life.
Yeah, we all do.
We all do. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We're going to end with a high five.